Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about Rick and Morty, Season 5, Episode 4. Hopefully, this looks okay because it has been raining like a mother effer here for the longest time, and it just needs to stop. It's bad. I have not seen sunlight in several days, and it makes me sad because it is summer and it's supposed to be warm and sunny, and I should be doing outside activities as well and touching some grass, as some of you have mentioned previously. But this episode was really it was cool adventure, kind of Jumanji-ish, kind of Star Wars-ish. A lot of crazy stuff going on. So as you could see from probably like all the previews, we already knew where this was going. Start off with Morty visiting the horse hospital with Beth, and Morty finds the horse milker machine. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The male horse pleasure sucker 2000, the Gliggy Glock horse sucker 4006. If you catch my drift, and he decides to use it. And as you can see from the promo, he's pretty proud of himself. For using that. I mean, it's a 14-year-old boy. It's part of his character. It is what it is. We'll leave it at that. Then it just gets progressively worse. So Rick gets a barrel of horse sperm because apparently they just decided, oh, there's a underground like human hybrid horse cannibal thing or something. It's like a half horse, half human or something. I don't know. It was really weird. And it was just like left turn after left turn after left turn, which isn't always a bad thing. Rick was trying to make a weapon to kill all of them. That was his plan, and he was originally going to analyze the barrel. He did not. Rick didn't realize that Morty did what he did with the machine. And long story short, we are now having giant sperm. So yes, there are giant monster sperm flying around, eating people, looking to impregnate something. So they're going to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, they used that joke, which I thought was hilarious. So what they end up doing is this, a pinnacle scientist of sperm gets an egg, and then he goes to, launch it into space. The idea is to get all the sperm with an egg, launch it into space, and kill them. But of course, they have to use Summer's egg, so giant incest baby. It is what happens at the end of it. It's a giant incest baby, and it's a giant space incest baby. How it's living in space right now, we don't know. He used an astronaut as a rattle, and he's probably dead. There's a good chance. We got to see the president, which was pretty cool. And then Morty finally fessed up to it, because the president completely trusts Morty. He's like, oh, Morty always tells the truth and everything. And then he found out that he didn't. Morty finally admitted to his lies. There's a mutated sperm named Squishy who has 2 tails and 1 eyeball. There is a queen of sperm that's in like a robot costume that's really, really smart. That is kind of like the Rick gene. Rick had sex with a horse. Like a human-esque horse, and had a kid. They just popped out and he was good to go. And the only people that made sense in this episode were the women. And of course, they had to kind of do the make fun of toxic masculinity. And they did. And even Beth was like, welcome to the world of women. So Summer had the great idea of, let's get an egg. Beth had the idea, there was a suicide sperm with a bunch of like TNT and bombs on it. And she was like, shouldn't we be worried about that suicide sperm? The one with all the bombs. And then the army guys are just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And it just comes and blows them up and makes a giant problem where Summer's giant egg is about to get impregnated. Squishy, who Morty actually likes and is like the one supposedly good sperm, he's the one that impregnated the giant egg to make a giant baby. So if they feel like having a giant incest baby in the sky and putting him back in an episode here and there, who knows? I haven't seen Jessica in a while. I'm guessing she is still going crazy, and Rick is probably like, yeah, at some point I should probably mind wipe her, but we'll probably get to that in a later episode. My guess is it's going to be one of those things where he just does it off screen. They haven't really had a high school episode yet. It's been a while since they've done like an episode like actually in the high school. I mean, last episode was kind of super deep and dark and depressing to a certain extent, a little eye-opening for some people. This episode is just kind of like one of those weird, fun turn adventures. How disgusting can we get, where we're literally having a giant incest baby in the sky? It was pretty funny. It was a good ride. Them, Summer and Beth riding the sperms and beating up all the other sperms with them kind of reminded me of like Return of the Jedi with the speeder bikes, where Luke and Leia were going and beating up everybody. The toxic masculinity thing was kind of funny how they did it, because Summer was like, oh, you need like a lady for like kickboxing and stuff. And they're like, nope, we're just going to have a giant sea of men. And there's one guy that looks like he's tougher and cooler and more, stronger than everybody else. And he turns out to be like a giant weenie. He's meditating on the plane, like he's super cool. And he throws his sword up and gets stuck on the top of a cave, drops down, and he pretty much kills himself while wearing his supermodel wife's thong, which she hated and thought was super gross. For whatever reason. So there's some body shaming in there too. Some dudes wear thongs. I personally don't. I don't know, but I'm not judging. Let's put it this way: what you do in the comfort of your own home is your business. It's not my business, and frankly, I do not want to know about it. Nor do I want pictures. So no pictures, and I do not want to know about it. That is what the internet's for. If that's your thing, go for it. But this episode was kind of interesting because it kind of like shed a light on Morty that he needs to be more honest with the people around him. Like, people will help him with his mistakes, but he needs to admit to messing up in the first place, which was kind of interesting. It also showed that, Summer is more intelligent than we've been led to believe to a certain extent. And, we already knew Beth was pretty smart, but it was good to see Summer getting some, she's smart. Maybe she'll team up with Rick in more episodes. I'm thinking there's almost going to be a split, because it seems like more and more this season, Rick and Morty are kind of off doing their own separate thing. They're not necessarily together going on an adventure. The only reason they were together in this episode was because Morty found out what Rick wanted to do with a giant barrel of horse sperm, and then it turned out to have some of Morty's members in there as well. So yeah, that's how that went there. This is definitely, I think this definitely deserves a rewatch here and there. If I see it on TV again, I'll probably give it another watch. This one's probably like an 8 out of 10. Decent episode overall. Not great, not terrible. I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening in the rest of the season. Last episode was also like a rewatch. It was a really good episode, but it was also really heartbreaking. So it was good to see just a fun-loving episode where they're not just like, okay, let's destroy everybody's hearts and souls and make everything super depressing again. So that's nice. I think that's where we're pretty much going to leave it. This may be shy of 10 minutes, but it is what it is. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you'd like me to do for future cartoon and anime related videos. Keep in mind, I am doing a Szechuan sauce giveaway for season 5 because I hit 500 subscribers finally. Woo! 500 subs, even though we're close to 600, but it seems like it's taking forever to get to 600. But I think we'll hopefully get there. We'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But if you want some free Szechuan sauce, I got 4 packets, meaning there can be 4 winners. You can go comment, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. You need to find that video, though. I'm going to make you do the work. I'm not linking it. So it's all up to you to do the work. It's only like a week or 2 old. It is going to run the entire length of Season 5. So even if there's a break in the middle, you're going to have to wait until all 10 episodes conclude, and then I will probably announce the winners. Just do like a general video. I'm probably just going to throw all the names in a randomizer. That's probably going to be the fairest way. And whoever wins, wins. You give me your address. I ship it to you. Keep in mind, USA only, because I don't know what it'll take to ship it internationally, unfortunately. So I am keeping it strictly to the US. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.